Hello and welcome everybody. Today's topic is We Are the Music Makers. As we all know, this is an ISC topic, ISC students for the semester 2. This is a very important poem and the poem has only 3 stanzas and it is easy I think to all of you. If you want any particular stanza to be discussed, you can ask me that. But yes, because the exam is drawing near, we are going to do the questions. MCQ type questions will come from anywhere and everywhere as you know. First part, so we will solve a few MCQs, that is multiple choice questions from We Are the Music Makers, and then again we will move into the 4 mark. The maximum number of mark is 4 according to the specimen paper. So 4 mark, we are going to solve 3 questions from We Are the Music Maker itself. So that almost 90% of the topic is solved here. Okay, I will discuss the answers. You can write them down in your notebooks if you require them, and if you benefit, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also hit the like button. Thank you. Let's start without any delay. So model test paper, We Are the Music Makers, multiple choice questions, ISC 2021 to 22, semester 2. First question, the MCQ. Question number 1. Which figure of speech is used in the line with wonderful deathless ditties? So over here, which one is the figure of speech used? See, with wonderful, W is there, here W is also there. If we see in the second part, deathless D and ditty is also D. So D is repeated, W is repeated. Repetition of consonants 2 times and more than twice is alliteration. So it is not personification, not simile or metaphor, but personification. Coming to question number 2. What is the synonym for lone? This lone word we have seen in We Are the Music Makers. What does it mean? What is the synonym of it? Solitary, gleams, prophecy, forsakers. Yes, obviously it is solitary, option number A. Let's move to question 3. What is the allusion used in the poem We Are the Music Makers? Allusion, what is the meaning of this word? First, we have to understand. Allusion means when there is a reference to some other story in this poem. So, reference to dreamers of dreams, no. Reference to Babel and Nineveh, and none of the above. So, obviously, reference not just to Babel, but reference to Babel as well as Nineveh. Okay. So, it is option number C. Next, we'll move to question number 4. What is the main theme of the poem We Are the Music Makers? Is it classical myths? Is it rigid nature of poets? No, not at all. Not rigid. This is the radical thoughts of the poets that is discussed. So, no, not classical myths. Transformative power of art, all of the above. So, it is obviously transformative power of art. What art can do, what effect art has on the society, on the civilization. So, option C. Question number 5, the last one from MCQ. Name the poet of the poem We Are the Music Makers. As easy as that. Not Ray Bradbury, not Bob Dylan, not Matthew Arnold. It is Arthur William. Alright. So after this, we will directly move to the long answer type question. Long answer also means only 4 marks. So points must be there. Discuss in detail the transformative power of art with close reference to the poem We Are the Music Makers. I will read you one ready-made answer. Okay, and from there I'll tell you what are the points which is very important to be put in this answer. See, one of the main themes of the poem is the transformative power of art. Though artists such as musicians, poets, painters, etc. are regarded by many as escapists. Why are they called escapists? Because they will wander out of the society, they will not gel well with the people of the society, they will stay aloof, okay, stay away from the people, and their art and ideas inspired, although they stay away from the people, their art and their works inspire the society. Though art does not, so this is one point, that although they stay away from the common people, their art and ideas inspire the society. Point number 1. Though art does not directly cause any physical change, it acts as a catalyst to cause that change. Point number 2, acts as a catalyst. Directly it does not change. Directly the poet is not going out for a war. It's not like that. But slowly, when she or he is writing that poem or the story and it has a radical thought in it, with this radical thought, when this work of art is read by people, they start to understand that this is necessary. For example, sati, that kind of ritual which was followed when women were burnt alive with their husbands, dead husbands. That there were poets, there were writers who wrote on it, wrote against it. So from there we understood that the negativity of this, and then we realized, and then we came out of it. That's why in this society we don't see sati anymore. So that is the catalyst. Number 3, to cause that change. Though the artists do not indulge themselves in any physical action, their immortal art still makes them movers and shakers. You can add this point. Immortal art makes them movers and shakers. Whatever they write and whatever they feel, whatever their feelings are, that makes the difference. The poet has reflected on the work which an artist can do for the society. The poem praises the role of fantasy in creation and thus pushing forward the society. Not much important. They can build up the world's great cities with their songs and writings. Their art not only helps raise great empires but also tumbles them down. So, art has the capability of creating as well as destroying. Art is the vehicle for social change. The last important point, the fourth one. It is a vehicle for social change. Any social change that takes place, whether something is not required, it needs to be destroyed. The sati ritual that needs to be destroyed, that was also done through this by the movers and shakers. If something needs to be created, that also is done by them. So it inspires them to rebel and rally for any change that takes place in the society. For the betterment of the society, their works of art is important. So artists are so powerful that through their art they can create flourishing cities like Nineveh, and at the same time they can destroy them also. That's all. These are the 4 points. There is a lot of material over here. That much is not required. We will just write this much. That is all. Next we'll move to the seventh question. Explain the allusion used in the poem We Are the Music Makers. See, allusion, as I told you, allusion is a brief indirect reference to a person, place, or thing or idea of historical, cultural, literal, or political significance, relating it to something different. Maybe some political story or some classical myths, we are relating it to it. Okay, it to our poem. Our poem is We Are the Music Makers. Here we have two topics. First one is the Nineveh, and the second one is the Babel. What are these two? These are biblical cities. This is what you'll write in the answer. Okay, these are biblical cities which are the symbols of human rise and fall. We see that. Why are these two significant? We see that Nineveh was the ancient flourishing capital of the of just an ancient flourishing capital. However, the city was destroyed in 612 BCE and was never rebuilt. Although it was flourishing, it was never rebuilt. So. The nature of the work of art can destroy and also create. Babel is actually the Tower of Babel. There is a story behind it. The story in the Bible said that God punished the people because people thought that they can be equal to God, and therefore they were creating, they were making a tower which would reach heaven and they would become equal to God. So God punished them by providing them different languages so that there could be no unity. Alright, so Babel, the Tower of Babel, that also could be created. So, according to this story, what the poet over here, Arthur, is trying to point out, he's trying to point out that to compare it with artists' ability to create and destroy, both they are capable of. If they are the catalyst to any social change, they can destroy or create whatever is required or whatever is good for the society. That will be your answer, 4 mark answer. First, you'll talk about Babel and Nineveh, which is the classical stories of the Bible, biblical stories, and then you relate what happened in the story, another mark. Then you will tell why these topics are utilized over here. That is, they are symbols of human rise and fall. That artists act as catalysts, and they can bring in destruction or creation, whichever is required for the society. That's all. That will make your answer. Next, the last one I think for today, question 8. Discuss the poem We Are the Music Makers as an ode. Now, the question is, what is an ode? See, ode comes from the Greek word "eideon," meaning to sing or chant, and belongs to the long and varied tradition of lyric poetry. Originally, odes were accompanied by music and dance, this much is not required. Later, the Romantic poets used odes to convey their strongest sentiments. Okay, thus, an ode is a poem in which this line is important. Ode is a poem in which a person expresses a strong feeling of love or respect for someone or something. So, love or respect for someone or something is expressed through an ode. So that is the definition of a node. So first we will write the definition. Now what does the question say? That we are the music makers as an ode. So what are the important points? First you have written the meaning of ode. Second, we are the music makers. This is a tribute to whom? To the artists and their creations. So it is a respect shown. That is why it is a note. Second point, subject of the poem is the collective voice we the artists. Together we are talking about the artists who create and who can be a catalyst and bring a social change. See, same points I am repeating. The poem is a celebration of artists and their art and the role of art in bringing about change. Same thing, the catalyst bringing about social change, developing or creating or destroying whatever is required for for the betterment of the civilization. The poem admires artists as movers and shakers, although they stay aloof from the common people. They are the ones who bring change in the society. Artists create immortal and powerful art, but both they and their art are dignified. That is the reason why it is an ode showing respect to the poets and to the artists who create and who are the catalyst behind any change in the society. All right. So this is all from your We Are the Music Makers. I hope most of the important questions are discussed, and I am glad that you were here with me and you followed this video. I hope this has helped you also, and this will help you in your exam too. Write them down. Write the points at least in your notebooks so that you can get more marks. So that's all. Hope to see you in my next video.